After the Second World War, the United States has been carrying out a hard and deliberate work to spread the influence of Washington all over the world. For this purpose, the U.S. government established some special services which were successfully tested during the Cold War. Today they function perfectly well and made all the tests set by Washington. The so-called American soft power includes the National Endowment for Democracy, the Agency for International Development, USAID, and the U.S. Institute of Peace. In addition, there is an increasingly growing network of different groups and private contractors to carry out the American democracy mission.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration?
The long-standing head of the well-known human rights organization Freedom House and the former CIA director James Woolsey declared bluntly that after victory in the Cold War, the United States were waging the Fourth World War against anti-democratic regimes. And today the United States has become a horror for numerous countries which were prepared to be an enemy. The task of the West is simple. It is to create an infrastructure that can be used to initiate and maintain mass unrest. In this case, financing from abroad means bribing political and social organizations and forming a fifth column.
You're goddamn right.
In 2012, the Russian government rejected to let the USAID carry their activity in Russia, since it was quite questionable. But Victoria Nuland, who is famous for her Fuck Europe, demanded of continuation of the cooperation with the Russian non-governmental organizations. But she was given the answer no, and it was expected, especially when she came beyond confidence and said that the United States government has invested in the Ukrainians' democracy $5 billion.
We've invested over $5 billion to assist Ukraine in these and other goals.
Bitch, 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 bitch!
And this strategy the United States has shown in supporting the merciless Nicaraguan dictator Somoza. The American President Roosevelt said in 1939 something that has become a household word.
He may be a son of a bitch, but he's our son of a bitch.
Basically, this statement became the ideological paradigm of American foreign policy.
In fact, by the mid-'80s, we had sons of bitches all the way from Latin America to the Middle East.
A glaring example of this double standard is the former Ukrainian finance minister Natalia Jaresko. In the 1990s, she worked in the State Department and headed the economic department of the U.S. Embassy in Kiev. Jaresko is held in the Western media as a prime example of good Ukrainian leadership and reform. But the truth is that Jaresko enriched through its control of a fund financed with the U.S. tax revenues.
Today, I think, is a very historic day for Ukraine.
Jesus Christ!
Another case is Kosovo, which is taken under the US wings. There is no doubt in the European Union that this brand new country is a real hotbed for corruption, trade in arms, drugs, human organs, and prostitutes. But the American politicians shut their eyes. The theme of the corruption is also the most effective US invention to make disagreeable politicians and the whole countries among their allies to shut up. For example, Hungary, in comparison to the other post-communist countries, it can be considered as a winner of the transformation process to democracy and market economy. But it is also in the camp of those states who are dissatisfied with the anti-Russian policy of Brussels and Washington. As soon as the several high-ranking Hungarian government officials understood that the sanction policy would hurt their country, they rejected to support the sanctions, and Washington imposed sanctions against them by alleging they were corrupted. It is now clear that the corruption virus infection, alongside with the threatening language and blackmail, are the main tools of the U.S. foreign policy.
I believe in American exceptionalism with every fiber of my being.
What the hell are you?